what most of these days, what most of the scores are recovery scores are based on, and you can just use the basic data. Heart rate variability is the big one. Heart rate variability tells you a little bit about the status of your nervous system, the balance between the sort of fight or flight and rest and digest branches of your autonomic nervous system. Um, Resting heart rate gives you a little bit more information in about similar things, although not. It's a little trickier to interpret. And there, for runners, there are also you can use things like how high was my heart rate at a given speed, so you can have a sort of characteristic curve of how hard your heart beats for a given effort, and you can look at how that curve changes, and that can also tell you how well you're you're recovered. And there are a bunch of studies that show that if you compare someone who says who like you give someone a training plan and you say follow this training plan for the next month, and you give someone else a similar training plan, but you say every morning you check that heart rate variability or that composite recovery score, and if it's going in the wrong direction, you go easier than it says, and if it's in the right zone, you do what it says, and if it's and if it's actually saying you're more recovered than you need, you can go harder than what it says. And in a bunch of these, or well, let's say several of these studies, people who follow the adaptive training plan do better. So in other words, they train based on how what the tech is telling them about how their body is actually feeling, rather than just on that piece of paper that someone wrote down a month ago.